From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, we are the talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in
Good morning, everyone.
No more back.
This is the Wake Up Show, Chicago, a Black woman's perspective. I am your host, Gayle Newcomb, Managing Director of B2B Consulting and Training Services, co-founder and president of the Women Innovation Group and For Our Youth, and your business expert. Our other hosts, Tina and Terrie, are out on location for Juneteenth celebration. Good morning, ladies.
Hey, Tina, your mic is muted. Tina's on location and she's got to unmute her mic.
So while Tina is trying to unmute her mic, Terrie, are you there? Hi, Terrie. Okay, Terrie's not on yet. So while we wait for Tina to unmute her mic, I want to talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor is the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. For more information on the chamber, go to www.ilbbcc.org. Once again, that's www.ilbbcc.org. All right, so let's introduce our new producer, LaDonna. LaDonna, can you tell LaDonna Raeh? I'm so used to just calling her LaDonna. So LaDonna Raeh, can you talk a little bit about you and you're coming on with the ladies?
I sure can. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Wake Up Show, Chicago. Yes, this panel of women was just a very good additive for me, just to come on board as the producer. We're part of the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce, and they have the Wake Up Show each and every week on Saturday at WVON. Also with iHeartMedia or iHeartRadio. But I know you guys are tuning in, but just wanted to introduce myself as the producer. I'm LaDonna Raeh of Raeh Consulting. I'm a marketing guru. Someone said I was renowned. That was funny, but hey, I'll take it. And I love, just being a part of this team of women. Thank you.
Great. So let's see. Has Tina joined us?
All right, Tina, we're going to come back to you. There she is.
Hi. Can you all hear me now?
Yes, we do, Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina Augustus. I'm one of the hosts of the WVON Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce Radio, the Wake Up Show, and I am the owner of Elevate Services, a marketing and communications company here in Chicago, and also the head of the Chicago West Side Chamber, and we're here live in the Austin community. We're at 5932 West Adams, and I have Luther Johnson here from
History on Wheels.
There you go. Hi, Luther.
Hi, Tina.
All right.
Back to you, ladies.
All right. Today's show, as you guessed, we're talking about Juneteenth, the celebration of Juneteenth, what it means to us as Black women entrepreneur and as a Black community. From a historical content, Juneteenth was started in 1865 when the last slaves in Galveston, Texas found out that the emancipation had been signed.
Right. You and I talked about this, Gayle, and it's just a matter of if you don't know the information, you may end up still in slavery.
Correct.
Yeah.
So so when Union General Jordan Gaynor on June the 19th, he made it to Galveston, Texas. And ever since that time, there's been a celebration called Juneteenth in celebration of being free. I know I found out about this when I went away to college. I'm not going to tell you guys the year. I'm giving my age up. But when I went away to college, I went to Louisiana. I went to Xavier University in Louisiana. And there were students that were from the area that told me about this celebration. I had never heard of it, such a thing, never heard of anything like that. But I was really excited about it as a Black female. So if you're ever in the Galveston, Texas area, they have done this really big for years. And actually in 1979, it became a state holiday in Texas. And I know a lot of people didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I know in recent years, just in the last 2021, it's now a federal holiday. But in Texas, they have celebrated Juneteenth since the beginning in 1865. It became a state holiday in 1979. And we actually have a historian that's with
Tina, yes.
who's going to tell us some more about Juneteenth and the celebration. So do we want to go back to them?
Yeah, we have in a minute we're gonna go to commercials. So Tina, I don't know if you can get this in like 20 seconds, but I think we're pushing it if we do so.
Oh, wait, well, while we wait on that, let's talk about our sponsorship in the boat ride then. So the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce on July the 20th of this year will be having a networking cruise. And it's going to be really exciting, you guys. A lot of different business owners, CEOs of companies, as well as Fortune 500 companies will be joining us at Navy Pier for this networking cruise. So we really would love to see as many entrepreneurs as possible be a part of this. So
we're going to go to commercial break, guys. Thanks for listening, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Tap in to the Wake Up Show live every Saturday morning on our YouTube channel. Enjoy past shows and other great archive content by simply dropping youtube.com/@Illinois State Black Chamber into your browser. Please crush that like button and subscribe to the channel while you're there. Your voice is needed and your support is deeply appreciated. Then click that bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat of unfettered and unfiltered Black business news.
So I still want to give a little bit more information about the networking cruise that the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce is having. Once again, it's going to be a great opportunity for entrepreneurs to come out, network with each other, get new connections. And for more information about that cruise, you can contact the chamber directly at 309-740-4430. Once again, that's 309-740-4430. Now, Tina.
Well, before we go to Tina, why would they call? Why do they want to go on a boat cruise? Why can't I just go on a boat cruise by myself?
Once again, it's about the networking. You get an opportunity to network with business owners, from CEOs from different types of businesses, from construction, consulting, marketing, anybody that's interested in government contracts, state contracts. There will be a whole host of people who will be at this networking cruise for the chamber. So we really would like to see as many Black entrepreneurs as possible come out, especially women, but it's for all people. So we really want to make sure that we just tell everyone about it. But for you to get more information about that, you are going to have to call the 309-740-4430. Once again, that's 309-740-4430.
And bring your business cards.
And yes, bring a lot of business cards. So we are going to go back to Tina, who is out at a celebration on the west side of Chicago for Juneteenth.
Yes, I am out here sweating and everything. It's pretty hot out here today. I'm so happy that despite what was said on the forecast, at first they were saying rain, but we're going to have a beautiful sunny day today. Yes. And I have Luther Johnson here.
Hi, everyone.
And he's going to share a little bit more information about Juneteenth. Go ahead, Luther.
Well, I'm here out with Tina. Thank you guys for having me. And I'm just going to talk about some of the important dates that surrounding Juneteenth, so that all our Black people can speak. When we speak about it, we can talk about it and have our dates correct about, what Juneteenth was, when the emancipation was signed, when slavery was ended. Our brothers and sisters in Galveston, Texas, heard 2 years after the emancipation was signed that they was free. And as we know, was no Twitter and Facebook and things of that nature. So it took a while for that word to spread. And I'm going to just share some interesting facts and details about that here today at the Columbus Park with Tina at the event.
Do you want to give a little bit? I know Gayle covered a little bit, but is there anything that you want to add to what Gayle has said?
Well, Gayle, I thought she was going to come out and do all the work for me. She nailed it. I grew up in Louisiana as well, in Shreveport, Louisiana. And so she nailed it. She talked about all the important dates. And I'm gonna do a word picture, try to get people in the mindset of actually what went on in that time period. again, with my organization, History on Wheels, it's called HOW. We talk a lot about the presence of African Americans during the Civil War, World War I, and throughout history. Today, we're going to focus on Juneteenth and share the interesting facts around that time period to educate all our Black people.
All right. Thank you so much, Luther.
And
I want to show you all something here. He has a tent set up. This is how it looked. I know radio listeners can't see, but we're also doing streaming. So this is a little bit of what it looked like when our Black soldiers were camping out.
Tina, can you give them that address so they'll know exactly where you at, just in case they're down there?
Yes.
You give the
So
address.
Yes, listening audience, you can come to 5932 West Adams. We're right at the corner of Austin and Adams. So we're right at the corner of Austin and Adams. You can't miss us. You will see a big tent, my company tent, Elevate Services. You will see a huge stage. And in a little while, music is going to be kicking off. So right now we're still in setup mode, but 10 o'clock, we're kicking off. Thank you, Gayle.
Thank you. And thanks so much, Tina. So we're going to start talking a little bit more about Juneteenth celebration, but I do want to say a little bit more about the history. The actual Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863 by President Lincoln. I know a lot of people think that President Lincoln really wanted to sign that emancipation, but he didn't. Frederick Douglass actually really played a major part in making sure that Black men and women and children were freed. And after the Union was losing the war, Frederick Douglass actually went talking to senators of the North to get them to allow Black soldiers into the war. A lot of Black men joined the war because they knew it would free their people. And so it's very important as we celebrate Juneteenth that we also remember our historian, Frederick Douglass, who really is the brains behind Juneteenth and the celebration that we're in. So from a historical standpoint, is that since 2021, now the country celebrates Juneteenth. And that's an exciting thing. I would tell people to spend this time not only remembering, but also teaching the true history of what Juneteenth is about. We never want to have this celebration become something about just buying things and giving your kids a day off school. Well, they're out of school right now anyway, aren't they?
I'm not off work,
but off work. But we want to really make sure that we keep this sacred and that we talk about it with reverence from the standpoint of what we went through as Black men and women. So I think that is so important that we give that time and to know the history so that people who do not know their history can be fooled again. And you never want to put yourself in that situation. So I think it's so important that we do that during this time. Also a time to give back to community, be with community, get to know your neighbors of all races. The celebration should be about everyone because it also frees white people. Let's be honest. It's a freedom in that, so that we're able to move around this country just like everyone else. And that should be a celebration that everyone is a part of. So I just wanted to state those little points that I feel. You feel any way about this, LaDonna?
I feel some kind of way for real. You know, with just being a marketing person, I talk to my clients about how they need to really push when it comes to any holiday. You know, that's not an off day for business owners. You go from working 5 days a week to working 24/7. And with that in mind, it's so important to be able to leverage the education piece when you are a part of a movement. And Juneteenth is definitely a movement. Yes, it's a holiday, but like you said, we need to know our facts. Like the gentleman said, we need to know our facts. But now, how does that impact you in business? Well, this is an opportunity. This can't be another missed opportunity. You have to be able to talk to your clients. You have to be able to talk to your customers about Juneteenth.
I agree. So in the I don't know what word to use for this, but when you talk about business around Juneteenth, you want to make sure, yes, that you're respectful, but also business is still going on.
Yeah.
So people love buying marketing gear. So printing companies that are Black owned really should make sure that they're really promoting Juneteenth in a way. There is a printer that I'm a shout out because he does a lot with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. It's SS Media 7, Michael Pearson Sr. On the west side of Chicago. I don't have his handle. I apologize, but
it's SS Media 7. So if you go to ssmedia7.com,
okay, I wasn't sure.
Yes, you can definitely get to
ssmedia7.com. You can get great gear for Juneteenth. Banners, flyers, you name it. He even wraps cars and trucks. So it's a great opportunity. In terms of being a consultant myself, how I see it, I don't do a lot of business around Juneteenth as a business consultant, but I do think that when you're communicating with anyone in business, you want to make sure that you're honest and direct about things. I know every other holiday, people, might say Merry Christmas or, Happy Kwanzaa. We need to do that celebration of Juneteenth. So I'm very direct with that. And I do talk about Juneteenth in that way. But for me, it's not around business per se, like most people. Other industries, I'm not sure what other industry might be affected in a way with Juneteenth. I know marketing is really big, so printing is one. Oh, yes. And then, of course.
No. I was raising my hand to say, let me go.
Okay, LaDonna's got some great information.
Restaurants. Right. And think about what all has taken place. Macy's has windows that are decorative. You as a restaurant can decorate and bring the customers in, give a percentage off.
Celebration.
It's a celebration. Absolutely.
I agree that is so important for us to do. That's one type of business that can really gauge in the community and be a part of the celebration as a whole. Do we have any others?
Oh man, there's a list, but we don't have time because we got to go to our commercial break at 9:30. But there's so many different things that you can do with Juneteenth and Black History Month and so on and so forth. Black Women's Month. I mean, there's just so many things that we can do when it comes to Juneteenth. But I truly love the fact that we have it as a national holiday. And because we have it as a national holiday, and some people just haven't gotten on board yet, some companies didn't remember.
Yes.
But you don't have to forget.
And it's so many things to do today in terms of service and supporting. So I know there's a lot of fun activities that are planned. I know Douglas Park has a free concert. The city of Chicago has a number of things. You can go to the city website as well as Cook County website and see some of the activities that are going on.
Yeah, there's another one. There's Level Up Career Conference and Business Expo. That's happening on Juneteenth. Since everyone's off, you guys can run out to Malcolm X, and it's free. Yes, on the free 99. Free 99.
That's right. Just got to pay for parking. So that's really big. So
we have a couple of callers out there. I see Princess is out there.
Hi, Princess. You have a question?
Juneteenth to you all. What I wanted to say in regards to Juneteenth, in the state of Tennessee, where I'm originally from, we have been celebrating Juneteenth for over 30-something years.
Yes.
And as a child, we do August the 8th. That is our day. And we do June 19th. But our original date is August the 8th also. But there are certain traditions that comes with this. There are special foods that you're supposed to have. And everyone is supposed to have the red drink.
Okay, so I didn't know this. So can you give us a little bit more detail on this red drink? Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
It used to
wait, house party Kool-Aid? House party Kool-Aid?
Punch.
Okay.
Kool-Aid and punch.
Okay, but since then, from out of Africa, because of all the sugary in the drink, it was changed over to hibiscus tea, which is red. With ginger.
Okay, so that's something that we need to make sure. Thank you so much. Hibiscus tea. So now you also talked about a food. What other food are we supposed to have? If you can say that in the next 30 seconds.
In which our ancestors were slaving and picking like strawberries and definitely watermelons because it's red. Every food has a reason and a meaning to it. The
Great.
greens, collard greens are there. You have your potato salad, and we do weenie roast. A lot of people don't know what weenie roasts are here in Chicago, but I still do them with children.
What
That's
is it?
when you take a hot dog and you put it on a stick and you put it over the fire. It's
Oh,
called a weenie
wow.
roast.
Okay.
Yes, that's what yes, ma'am. And
Okay, so this
also,
right now, could you hold that for one moment? We're going to go to commercial.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
The Wake Up Show is powered by the ILBCC Monthly. It's the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce's monthly publication, available on newsstands and digital online. Get your subscription today for the unfettered and unfiltered news that matters most to the Black business community. Visit ilbcc.org for your free subscription today.
All right. Welcome back to the Wake Up Show, Chicago, a woman's perspective. Princess, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So can you start telling us more about that delicious collard greens? I just added the collard greens because that's my favorite, Princess. But go ahead.
All collard greens, turnips greens. I used to go out in the yard with my grandmother, and we actually pulled up, the dandelions. This is the yard.
Yes.
Back then in the day, the ground was okay in the southern states. But a lot of people should make sure while they're on this planet, before they leave here, to take a trip to Texas to the Emancipation Park.
I agree. And I was talking a little bit about that. Is it located in Galveston?
No, ma'am. It's in Houston.
It's
I was
in
headed
Houston.
there.
Okay.
I was headed there for Juneteenth this year, but the tornado hit. So keep the Texans up in prayer.
Yes, we
because
will.
A lot of people
Yes,
are
we
there
will.
struggling because of the tornado.
All right.
Okay. Poor slaves purchased that back in the day for $1,000. That was the only park that Black people in Texas could go to.
Name that park
You
again
get it?
in Houston, Texas. Name that again.
It's called the Emancipation Park.
Emancipation
park was bought-
Park.
Yes, ma'am. It was purchased for us in this future now to continue Juneteenth. I think it's like 30 acres of land,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. But
You know
they paid
what?
$1,000 for it.
Princess, thank you so much. So you just taught us more Black history, and that's what we
Yes,
want to
and this
talk
is real
about.
history
That's
because
Yes.
people do not know, Miss.
They
There
do
would
not.
be
They
a
do
Tex-
not.
There would not be a Texas if it wasn't for Tennessee. A lot of Tennessee soldiers lost their lives for Texas independence, and a lot of people do not know this.
Wow, that Princess,
Tennessee-
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Wow, that's amazing. We gotta have you come call back at another
Yes.
time because
And thank you for calling in. We appreciate that so much. We're glad you're listening. And you have a great day, okay?
All right. Next we have Kirkland. Kirkland is on the line.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Kirkland.
Okay, if you could give me a little time.
We can
What-
give
what?
you a minute, Kirkland. We can't
Yeah,
give
just
you a
60
lot of time.
seconds.
60
Little.
seconds. Go ahead, start talking.
Juneteenth should have been nothing more than a regional celebration in Texas, in the Galveston area, or maybe in the state if they wanted to. There's misinformation out here. It did not end slavery. It did not end the Civil War. And these two narratives are going out. And people think, oh, Lincoln sent the army down there to free the slaves. They were fighting the war to bring the states, the Confederate states, back into the Union. That's why the army was down there. The people that were freed were not African Americans. They were Africans. They had no citizenship. They didn't gain citizenship until the 14th Amendment was ratified.
You are correct on that. You are correct. I
Amendment
agree.
Was ratified.
Mm-hmm.
That's what ended slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation, in actuality, freed nobody because it only dealt with certain states that were in rebellion. The problem is Lincoln had no jurisdiction over them. They were no longer part of the United States.
Uncle Kirkland,
Texas
I have a question.
was not readmitted to the Union until 1870.
Okay, Uncle Kirkland, I got to interrupt you just for a second. That is wow. You know, we always get these dates mixed up and when it actually happened and will we ever know because we weren't there. I get it. but I do want to focus on Juneteenth as it stands as a celebration
now.
here in Chicago and nationwide.
You gotta know the facts.
I know, and we have to have a whole show for it.
Because see, every time I point out facts to people, especially on this station, everybody wants to blow by it.
It has no, but Brother Kirtland, you got to be respectful now, Brother Kirtland. Brother Kirtland, we're actually giving you a moment to talk. It's not that we're trying to blow by anything. There's only so much time we can give someone calling in. It's called the Wake Up Show, a woman's perspective. By no means will we ever think that we have all the facts right. At the top of the show, I actually mentioned the fact of things in Texas, how they've been celebrating, and that I never knew about this. Mm-hmm. And you've given some more information.
Okay, and also remember that until 1861, Texas was a country.
Correct. But a lot of people do not know that. I actually know that. There's even laws within the Texas state constitution that a lot of people don't know that they can still separate from the union. But again, our focus is not going to be about these things. Our focus is going to stay on the celebration of Juneteenth.
Thank you.
So we thank you so much for what you said, but we are going to move on. Are there any other callers?
We've got Harold out there.
Hi, Harold.
Wait, let me just, Harold, don't get on our soapbox now. We already had
we want to stay upbeat because today is Juneteenth. So even though it may not represent everything to everyone, and there are some things might be wrong with it, but today on the Wake Up Show Chicago, the women's perspective, we're celebrating. We're celebrating the freedoms that we have now, even if we all did not have them originally. Right now is where we're at. So what do you have to say?
I understand. Well, I just wanted to add to the historic value of the holiday.
Yes.
This information, I'm adding to it that part of Juneteenth dates back to the watch service during like New Year's Eve service.
Yes, sir.
That dates back to that. It wasn't just celebrating New Year's is coming. No, they came together on New Year's Eve because they knew the emancipation on January 1st of 1863 was going into effect. So everything tied together. And Frederick Douglass, yes, he did debate with President Lincoln to make sure we get this done. Yes. However, he was an ambassador to Haiti. So Haiti also played a part into what he heard and saw how they fought for their freedom.
Thank you so much. So, okay, brother.
Thank you all.
Thank you. And thank you for listening to us this morning. Thank you.
So we're going to go back to Tina Augustus on location.
Yes.
They're
Tina,
parking on the street.
Hey, Tina, you're back live.
Hi, everyone. As I mentioned, we're still setting up. Did you have a question for me?
Well, yeah, it's your time to shine at 9:37 in the morning in Chicago.
All right,
I want to get a lay of the land. Those of you that are on Facebook and YouTube, you can catch us at the Wake Up Show Chicago. You can see what's actually going on in the office, or in the studio, I should say, and on location with Tina Augustus. Tina, turn your camera like sideways. I want to get a landscape.
Also, when you can see our beautiful faces, and we are up this morning.
This is the tennis court that's being redone in Columbus Park. I'm partially responsible for a $1.5 million grant from the city of Chicago. And they just finished resurfacing it. They're going to put up new fencing. They're going to also put up nets. We're going to have pickleball here. And this is where we host our event every year. This is our third time hosting the Juneteenth celebration. And so let me show you where the vendors are. They're still setting up. Can you all see this, Gayle?
Yeah, turn your camera sideways.
Turn it sideways. And again, for our studio, for everyone on WVON, you can actually see our program at the Wake Up Show Chicago on YouTube. We are live on the Wake Up Show Chicago on YouTube
and Facebook.
And Tina's being modest. Tina is actually one of the people who is the person who puts this events together every year. This is the third year that Tina has been doing this. So Tina, you got to shine a little bit too.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. Now I realize turning sideways. Please excuse the hair. I had a hat on my head earlier. I wasn't expecting to be on camera.
And Tina, we want to know, what does Juneteenth mean to you? You didn't get an opportunity to share that. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Juneteenth is a time when we can shop Black. Juneteenth is a time where we're building economics. This is the one time where Blacks can come together, feel proud about themselves, to learn about our history. There is so much wealth of information that our people are just being deprived of, even in the school systems. We are so wonderful. We're champions. We've rebound over and over and over again, and we have so much to give. So this is a time for everyone to come out to our Juneteenth celebration. You can see the vendors. You can talk to we have so much resource. So here's someone right here. This is from Taproots.
Hey, Juneteenth.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Taproots, we work in the Austin community as well as the East and West Garfield communities. We're about the people. What we like to do is provide adult education around parenting. We also operate in after-school matters with sex education courses as well as youth engagement. And we also do restorative justice.
Yes.
You called me on that one.
So now Taproots, they're responsible for peace circles. So we are healing the land while we're helping to build economics. We are healing the land. So you need to come out. Khalees Stewart's with Front Porch Theater is going to be here. We have Taproots here. We have Gift of Hope. Gift of Hope also work with organ donation and talking about healing people. I have Tonisha. She's here, Tonisha Brown. She can even tell you about what Gift of Hope is doing. And I know I'm going to surprise her right now because she's not expecting me to come to her table. But Tonisha is here, and I want Tonisha to share with everyone. You're on WVON Radio.
Hi, can you guys see me? Hi. So I'm here with my volunteer, Lisa. She's
Brenda.
also an ambassador, and Brenda. We're here at the Gift of Hope Table Organ and Tissue Donor Network, and we work to coordinate organ and tissues throughout the state of Illinois. So we are so excited to be here. We have some fun giveaways for you guys. Come to the table, you'll get educated, and you'll also get some free goodies as well. So thank you so much, Tina.
Thank you, Tonisha. And then we have vendors.
Much.
Right.
Tina, thank you so much. Yes, we thank you, Tina. We had to get back to the studio audience. I'm sorry, Tina, but anyway, there is a great time being had down there. So if you get an opportunity, please go. Once again, they're going to have celebrations in Douglas Park. Tomorrow, there's a free concert with Angie Stone. They have Marsha Ambrosia. I plan on being out there. I don't know, LaDonna, are you going?
Wait a minute, it's been kind of chilly, and I'm Black, so I don't know.
Bring a blanket, bring a seat, and enjoy the music.
Yeah,
that's what I say. Bring a blanket, bring a seat, and enjoy the music.
Well, I've got I got a question for you.
All right.
When it comes to even just being a woman in business, period, in the state of Illinois, I know that you're aligned with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce.
The best chamber in the state of Illinois.
Woo-hoo!
That's right.
Everybody's
Larry Ivy.
Right. Larry Ivory. And I just want to say that, I know you've seen a lot of success stories come out of the chamber.
Yes.
What has been the most compelling story that you can tell us? And I'm going to tell you like we tell our callers, 60 seconds.
All right. So I'm going to say just learning about the chamber. I got a chance to meet Mr. Ivory in, I think it was 2017. I apologize. I was IDOT, and I had to interview the different business associations across Illinois, whether they were Black, white, women. And that was my first time actually meeting Larry and finding out what the Illinois State Black Chamber did. So in terms of success, I think his time and putting in the years to support Black businesses across not just really Illinois, but across the country, truthfully. He's also the chairman of the National Black Chamber of Commerce. So a lot of times people forget that. So Larry actually has helped people across the country. But I do feel like the passion that he shows in helping different companies. There have been many successes come out of the chamber. He has assisted people with getting state contracts, assisted with people with getting private Fortune 500 contracts. So I can't say one over the other. I just think overall it's been successful.
That's good. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, I've seen a lot of things like when people when they actually get connected with the Illinois State Chamber of Commerce, we see them flourish and get access to the network. But you know what time it is, right?
Yes.
It's commercial break.
time.
What do you know what a commercial does? Pays the bills.
It pays the bills.
All right, let's go.
The Wake Up Show is powered by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, the largest and loudest advocates in Illinois for empowering Black enterprise through a pro-Black business agenda. Support the organization that truly supports you, always at the table fighting for equity and the pro-Black business agenda. The Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Visit ilbcc.org for more information today.
All right, people, welcome back. We are the Wake Up Show Chicago, a woman's perspective. And I want to talk about a little bit about sponsorship for the Wake Up Show, the woman's perspective. If you are interested in supporting and also getting your ads on the radio with us, you can contact us at 309-740-4430. 309-740-4430. You can also, if you are watching us on our podcast on the Wake Up Show Chicago on YouTube or Facebook, you can also drop a line in there and we will be more than happy to contact you and discuss. LaDonna?
Yeah. So, you know, I know when you hear sponsorship, you're like, oh, no, it's not that type of sponsorship, but it is the sponsorship that gets your business heard no matter where we are. If you sponsor this show, think about it. We post on social media, Facebook. We're growing our audience. We're rebranding our platform, to be honest with you. And with that being said, everywhere we go, you go as a sponsor. So you'll have the chance to connect with our audience and of passionate individuals who are eager to support businesses that align with their values. Now, your brand will be in front of a community that actively seeks out and engages with products and services that empower and uplift the Black community. Why not sponsor this show? Get in on the ground floor. This way, you are a part of the growth and the development of all of our listeners and the people that are associated with the chamber. That's my spiel.
All right. So coming back to celebration of Juneteenth,
Yeah.
do we have any more callers or anyone?
You
that
know,
we need to get to?
Deborah's on the line. She's
All
been
right.
waiting patiently for a whole 2 minutes. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, ladies, and thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for supporting the president. And as a longtime resident, born and raised in Chicago, only away to Iowa to school, and California to the military, can see resources for others in their communities. It hurts my heart to see the condition that we're in today, the unhoused, the way that Rahm Emanuel has been able to get away with doing our people. But I thank the leadership of the president.
Ma'am, let's stay focused on Juneteenth. Do you have anything to celebrate about Juneteenth? We want to celebrate. We want to focus in on the positive of our people. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Juneteenth Day, a new awakening. We will be free in the spiritual that God will give the president the leadership unapologetically to look after all of Black people, the masses. And I thank you and happy Father's Day because he's a father.
Same to you.
Same to your family.
All
so
right.
much. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. And you know what? I hate to say it, I actually forgot that.
About Father's Day.
Father's Day is also tomorrow. So we
Oh.
want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out here. and that we hope it is a great time for you.
It will be. And you know something, that's so sad. We just showed the world what all the fathers say. I think that, mothers get a big, huge, hoorah when it comes to Mother's Day.
Yes.
But when it
yes.
comes to Father's Day, we kind of, oh, by the way, happy Father's Day.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, from all of us here at the Wake Up Show Chicago, the Women's Perspective, the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. And I can't speak for VON just because they didn't give me the thumbs up to say Happy Father's Day, but
yes,
do I have a thumbs up? Okay, they say Happy Father's Day
Father's
too.
Day.
Okay.
Yes. We want to do that. Now, one of our hosts, Terrie Simmons, she has been trying to log in. We had a little technical issue. I can honestly say that, but she is logging in now. LaDonna, is she available? Terrie is also out and about for Juneteenth, but we wanted to get her opinion on what Juneteenth means to her. I think it's very important that you hear from a perspective of women in business as well, as we talk about the journey of our people over these years. I think in terms of business success, it's easier now for us to grow our company. So when I look at the history of Black businesses in America over the past, let's say 100 years, we had great success coming out of slavery. There are a lot of, believe it or not, different businesses that were formed and cultivated over those first 20 years. Unfortunately, then a lot of Jim Crow laws came in place, and it stifled. We now know that over 100, it's probably more than that, but we at least know over 100 Black cities were destroyed. One very popular area, Central Park, was actually an area, a Black town. There was a Black town that they actually buried. I know down in Georgia, there are areas that they literally put water over Black towns. They actually ran the people out. They burnt the cities and they put water. A lot of the man-made lakes, you might want to check. It might be a Black town under there. You still see houses, businesses, as well as cemeteries. So when I say we have come from a long way, we have come a long way to be able to get successful business people across the gamut in America. And I love the fact that over the past, I'll say 5 years, so many people are starting to realize giving back, I'm a graduate of a HBCU. I went to Xavier University in Louisiana, as well as Southern University in Baton Rouge. They're great HBCUs across the country. And a lot of our business owners are starting to give back, paying tuitions for young people to go to school. All of this would not have happened unless the opportunity to grow business was not there. What do you think about these things, Tina? I so much come to my mind about, I said Tina.
I love how you calling me Tina.
It's much cool. Come to my mind. I'm so used to Tina being in the studio with me. So when I think about Juneteenth and where we are as a Black people, I just think it's so powerful.
Absolutely. I mean, where we are as a Black people is so powerful, but we still have to get into position. We're focused a lot. A lot of our young people think they don't necessarily know how to protest or how to politic. And that's where the older generation, or should I say the seasoned generation, should reach back and really grab hold of these young people, because they have the power and they have the energy to get in position. In this way, while we have the power, collectively, we can get in position to exercise that power. We're waiting on Terrie to actually call. She's going to call us because I've provided her with the phone number. She's on, but she's not on camera. So I'm going to see if I can grab her 1 second. Here we go. Terrie,
are you there?
Terrie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do you want me to call
Terrie?
Can you hear me?
Us a little. Yes, we can hear you, Terrie.
Good
so
morning.
It's your time to shine, Terrie. So
good
tell
morning.
us a little bit. Good morning.
I'm sorry, Gayle. Go ahead.
Go on, it's you.
Go ahead, Terrie.
Oh, good morning, ladies. I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not, but good morning, ladies. Good morning. I am so excited to hear your perspective this morning. And I unfortunately couldn't be there with you ladies this morning, but you're sounding wonderful. You're giving such great and valuable information as well as insight. I myself will be on location in Aurora in Martin Luther King's Park, highlighting the celebration of Juneteenth with the city of Aurora and Ricky Rogers, who's out there in Aurora and with his nonprofit organization. So come out and hang out with us.
That would be great.
It starts at 2:30. But Juneteenth to me means access. And you were talking about that, LaDonna, from a business perspective. It means access for minority-owned businesses, for Black-owned businesses that we didn't have before. Access to capital, access to contracts, access to opportunities and resources.
Yes.
So Juneteenth is rich in culture, economic opportunities, and I am so happy to celebrate Juneteenth today with everyone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
all the way from where you are, Terrie.
Awesome. Well, Terrie, what about your perspective on the history? You know, we had 2 callers call in, and you know, people can debate about the date that things happen or what it means, but what does it mean to you in your business?
To me, in my business, being a 3rd generation entrepreneur, my grandmother bought land in the rural South in the early 50s. And so I grew up in agriculture on a farm. And what I realized is that, like I was saying before, there was not a lot of access. I remember my dad could not get a loan when he needed equipment. So Juneteenth means now we're woke.
Thank you so much, Terrie. We're going to go to another caller. We have like 4 callers waiting. So, but Terrie, thanks so much for calling in.
Yes.
All right, Terrie.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you next time. Yeah. Our next caller, who's our next caller?
So our next caller, Nate. Nate, you there?
Hi, Nate.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you for waiting.
Thanks, Nate, for waiting.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show on the women's Chicago, the women's perspective.
Yeah, from a woman's perspective, you're right about that. Happy Father's Day to all the brothers out there, and have a good day, ladies.
Thank you so much, Nate. Thank
Bye.
you. All right, Joseph. Hi, welcome to the Wake Up Show Chicago, the women's perspective.
How are you doing, Joseph?
I'm not going to story. I'm not going to tell no story, young lady. I'm not going to say the other word. I got too much respect for WVON. I've been listening to WVON for like 60 years almost. I'll be 71 on my next birthday. And you ladies have a very good program on there. I just want to make one quick comment. It was a little town called Elaine, Arkansas. That's where John Stroh, the commissioner, Cook County Board Commissioner, from that way. Some time ago, but the town was destroyed in 1918. They took a lot of people's farms and stuff like that. And then what happened? It didn't get too much public. I didn't get too notarized because this was 1918, you know, just before 1919, the Red Summer.
What was the name of that town? Say that town name again, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Elaine, Arkansas. I was
Elaine, Arkansas. Okay. I'm going to have to say your point real fast because we're down to our last 2 minutes.
Oh, okay, good.
And I got 2 more calls.
Yes, ma'am. It was 234 black people was killed there. And what happened, they took a lot of the land and stuff like that. But I just want to say, y'all got a good program. And I want to give out one shout out to this guy, Phil Dunlap. He goes all over Chicago, cleaning up the city and stuff. We have to have a clean city and we have a clean
Yes, we do, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for calling in. Thank you, sir. And our next caller?
Actually, we don't have any more callers.
All right.
I was trying to look. We're in here giving hand signals, as you can see on Facebook.
Yes, you'll see all that if you're on the thing. Yes. So I want to talk again about the cruise that the network cruise that the Illinois State Black Chamber is having. Once again, if you're interested in participating, which I think every business owner, Black business owner, definitely should participate, please contact the chamber at 309-740-4430. Once again, that's 309-740-4430. And then also to watch us on our podcast, you can go to YouTube or Facebook on the Wake Up Show Chicago. Wake Up Show Chicago. We would love to have you click the link, like, and support us. If you're interested in sponsorship, you can also text us, or you can call that number again, 309-740-4430. We thank you so much. And LaDonna, do you have any last comments before we wrap up the show?
Man, I just thank you so much. This is a rarity, guys. I'm not going to be on the show. I'm just producing the show, but thank you so much for having me and allowing
I'm
me
so
to
glad
fill
you're
in.
here with me today. So LaDonna is always in the studio now. But we had two hosts that were on site. They were at Juneteenth location. So me alone, Gayle Newcomb, I'm the only one in the studio today. But next week we will be back. 3 weeks we'll be back with a show for women on health. So thank you so much for joining us on the Wake Up Show Chicago, A Woman's Perspective.